Hey y'all, welcome back to Nini's Texas Kitchen. Today we're going to make lemon poppy seed pound cake with a lemon glaze. So for this pound cake recipe, what you're going to need is 3 3/4 of a cup of cake flour, and it needs to be sifted. You need 1 teaspoon of baking powder with a pinch of salt, which I have here. You'll need 1 tablespoon of lemon zest, 3 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice, 2 1/3 cups of white granulated sugar, 8 whole eggs, 3 tablespoons of poppy seeds, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, and 2 sticks of butter softened at room temperature, or 1 cup. That's what that equals. So the first step that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my flour and I'm going to add my baking powder, which is 1 teaspoon, with a pinch of salt, and I'm going to add that into the flour, and I'm going to sift it. And the recipe calls for sifting the flour 3 times. That just will make sure that your pound cake is not too heavy and dense. Which all pound cakes are a little bit dense, but you still want it to be, fluffy as you can get it. So it requires sifting it 3 times, and this is how I do it. I use one of these wire mesh strainers like this to sift it. If you don't have one of these and you want to just use a regular flour sifter, the kind my granny used to use, it has a crank handle on the side, that's fine. You can use that. Whatever you have to sift flour is perfectly fine to do. So this is 1 sifting. I had already measured out my amounts. So then I take the little pieces that are left and I'll just brush them through the wire mesh. Now, I need to do it 2 more times, and I like doing it into this big bowl, so I'm just going to gently pour my flour back into this other bowl that it was in, like so. I dropped a little, so I'm just going to pick it up with my hand and put it into the wire mesh, like so. And then I'm going to take and do this so, and I'm going to do it 2 more times. So once I'm done sifting this 3 times, we'll come back and show you the next step. All right, we've sifted our flour 3 times. You can see it looks really nice and light and fluffy. So now I'm going to make the rest of the batter. So what you need is a bundt pan, a 10-inch bundt pan, and then make sure that you grease it with either butter or shortening. I use shortening, and then I put flour in there and I coated the entire inside of it because you want to make sure that your pound cake will release afterwards. My oven, I preheated it to 325 degrees for this cake recipe. So the next step for this particular recipe is, it says to take your lemon zest, 1 tablespoon, and add it to your 2 1/3 cups of sugar. So I'll put my zest in there, and then it says to put your lemon juice in it. So I'm going to stir that up. And then I'm going to pour in my 3 tablespoons of freshly squeezed lemon juice into my sugar and just stir that up like so until your sugar's nice and moist, and just stir it up. All right, so now I've got to cream my butter, and then I will add the sugar mixture in. So like I said, 2 sticks of butter softened at room temperature. And now I'm going to cream it. And you want it to get fluffy and light. And it's looking good. So now I'm going to add in my sugar mixture to it. That smells nice and lemony. Yummy. Get it all in there. Make sure you get it off of your spoon too. Okay, a little bit left in the bowl. All right. Now I ended up having more lemon juice, but that's fine because I need 3 more tablespoons for the glaze. So for the glaze, that's going to take 3 cups of powdered sugar, 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice, and 3 tablespoons of heavy cream. But for now, we're going to stick with this. So we just added our 2 1/3 cups of sugar with a tablespoon of lemon zest and 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. So now I'm going to start combining the sugar and the sugar and the butter together. And you want it to get nice and creamy. It's combining really well. All right. That's good. You don't have to over whip it just till you get it combined. So now this recipe says to add 1 egg at a time and then beat after each egg until it becomes light and fluffy once you add the last egg. So I'm just going to add 1 egg and then I'm going to beat it. Once that's combined, then I'll add in the second one. Add in number 2. Till it's combined, then I'll add in number 3. Then we'll add in number 4. Number 5. Number 6. Number 7. And number 8. All right, so I'm going to scrape down my paddle. So I want to make sure all my ingredients get incorporated in to the cake, and it gets stuff on the side, so you want to make sure that you get all of that included, like so. All right. Now we add our flour a little bit at a time until it's all combined. So I'm going to use a big spoon just because I don't want to spill it all over my counter. I want it to get it in where it belongs. Start out on low speed if you're using one of these, and then increase your speed as you go as it starts to get incorporated. I had to slow it back down. It was flinging too much. Now, looks good. Now we'll add some more. And after this one, we should be able to add the rest of it all at once. Just like I say, start out slowly. Then speed up. Starting to look more like pound cake batter. All right, now we'll add the rest. Okay, here we go. All right, yay. Then we'll scrape one more time after we incorporate this, just to make sure everything is in. And then we'll add our poppy seeds and our vanilla. Remember, when you make any kind of cake, that you want to mix it just until it's combined. You don't want to overbeat it, because it will make your cakes tougher if it is overbeaten with the flour, and you don't want that. You want a nice, tender, soft, fluffy cake. Okay. One more good mix. All right, now I'm going to add in my vanilla and my poppy seeds. 3 tablespoons of poppy seeds, 1 teaspoon of vanilla. All right, looks nice, fluffy. Take out a paddle, and I'm going to scrape it so I can get as much of that yummy batter into my cake pan as possible. And if you don't have a bundt pan, you can use 2 9-inch loaf pans also. All right. So now take our batter and slowly add it to our bundt pan. I like to do it in each little section, like so. Turn it. I want to get it evenly distributed as much as I can. And I just keep adding it and turning it as I go until I get it all in there. One more time, and that should get it. All right, now I take my spatula and I'm going to spread it out to make sure that I get it all over evenly in my cake pan. Then just kind of bounce it like that to level it a little bit. And now you're ready to go in the oven. So put it in the oven. Little rack. And I'm going to set my timer for 70 minutes, which is an hour and 10 minutes. And then I'll check it with a toothpick. Insert it in the center. When it's done, it should come out clean. This cake can take an hour and 10, hour and 20 minutes. If you're using 2 loaf pans, it'll be on the lower end, probably around an hour and 10 minutes or so. So we'll be back when it's done and we'll show you how to glaze it. All right, everyone, the cake is ready. So it took about an hour and 18 minutes to bake it, and I've been letting it cool now for about 40 minutes or so. I left it in the pan for 15 and then I turned it out onto my tray here. So for the glaze, what you need is 3 cups of powdered sugar, which I have here, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice, and 3 tablespoons of heavy cream. And then I'm going to put a couple of drops of yellow food coloring in it because I want the glaze to be yellow. You don't have to do that, that's optional. So the first thing I'm going to do is put in my lemon juice and start to combine that with the powdered sugar. And don't forget, this is going to make a glaze. Then I'm going to slowly add my heavy cream until I get it to the consistency that I want it. Because you want it to not be too runny, but you want it to be thin enough that it can drip down the sides of your cake. So that is good, and now I'm going to add in a couple of drips of the yellow food coloring. And see, and then if I want more yellow, I'll add more. Oh, that'll be good. Now I'm just going to take it and I'm going to drizzle it across my cake. And I'm just gonna be very generous with it. And I just liked a few drops of the food color in it, give it a pale yellow appearance. It doesn't need to be super bright yellow, but of course, on your cake, you can do it however you wish. If you want it to be more yellow, by all means, give it more yellow color. Totally up to you how much yellow or no yellow at all that you want to put. That is our cake. Now, all we have left is to give it a little try and see what we think. So, let's try it. And there's our lemon poppy seed pound cake. All right, here we go. That's really good. Very lemony. It's also fluffy, moist. It's delicious. If you liked my video making homemade lemon seed poppy cake, lemon poppy seed pound cake, I can't talk. It's so good. I'm losing it. Give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Share my video with others. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, y'all. I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see y'all next time in Nene's Texas Kitchen.